Dozens of people thought this insurance agent was offering them a job. What he was doing instead, that story coming up.
They still remember her and the good she did, the hard worker she was, the wonderful mother she was.
They say she will never be forgotten. How a Southern Kentucky community is paying tribute to a mother killed 3 years ago.
Dozens of people thought this insurance agent was offering them a job. What he was doing instead, that story coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. We have some new information just in about a fire at the FedEx warehouse on Buck Lane in Lexington.
Dozens of firefighters remain on the scene after a truck caught fire in the dock around 4 this afternoon. That fire was quickly contained. Flames only damaged the truck, but there is a lot of smoke and water in the building. Right now, fire crews are working to air out the building. They expect to be on the scene another hour. FedEx employees are not allowed in the warehouse right now, but could go back to work later this evening. We are tracking some new developments in the death of a pizza delivery man in Lexington. 2 people charged with murder in the case are now clear of those charges.
Police say Salahuddin Jitmood was found stabbed while delivering a pizza to an apartment on Trent Circle in April. Today, a grand jury indicted Trey Relford on murder and robbery charges, but the jury dismissed the charges against the other 2 people arrested in this case. Monique Blair is outside the courthouse in downtown Lexington with our top story at 5:30.
On April 19th, 22-year-old Salahuddin Jitmood's body was found stabbed to death in the breezeway of an apartment complex in Lexington. He was murdered while working as a pizza delivery driver. 3 men were arrested in the following weeks after that murder, but yesterday a Fayette County grand jury dismissed the charges against 2 of those men. 30-year-old Antonio Lewis and 28-year-old Cameron McClellan were both charged with murder and first-degree robbery in connection to Jitmood's death. In early May, a Fayette County judge sent both cases to a grand jury saying there was enough evidence to indict them. Today I spoke with Fayette County Commonwealth's attorney Ray Larson. He tells me shortly after Jitmood was murdered, a witness came forward and gave police a statement that allowed them to have probable cause to arrest both McClellan and Lewis. But then in a continued investigation, another suspect was revealed, 22-year-old Trey Relford. Relford was arrested in late May and charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and first-degree robbery. Larson says a grand jury spent quite a bit of time reviewing all the evidence in the case and subsequently determined McClellan and Lewis were not involved in the murder. Now, the grand jury did indict 22-year-old Trey Relford. He is charged with murder, tampering with physical evidence, and robbery. In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Detectives have testified that Relford and another person who has not been named came up with a plan to rob Jitmood by placing an order for a pizza and then having it delivered to the apartment in Lexington. You can really feel it out there. Hot and sticky, humid day here in the Bluegrass, and all that mugginess is setting us up for maybe some storms.
Yeah, but some good news, though. Better weather is on the way for us. We just have to be patient. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking some cooler temperatures for tomorrow.
Yeah, right now it's all about the thunderstorms that are out there, guys, and the potential for some high water issues into our region. Let's jump into it with Defender, show you what we are talking about throughout central and northern Kentucky. Flash flood warning is out for Harrison County. That goes until 7:30. Thunderstorms here dumping a tremendous amount of rain into this particular area right on top of Cynthiana. Heaviest rains are just outside of the warning, as a matter of fact, to the west of Cynthiana. Now across northern parts of the area, just a ton of lightning showing up from Berry over toward the Sunrise area. That thunderstorm complex then begins to develop back toward the west, toward Corinth and the Sadieville area and the northern parts of Scott County. When you see that, that means the storms are trying their very best to train one right after another. We put everything into motion here in just a second. Lexington Metro, by the way, is A-OK. But these storms, again, coming at us from northwest to southeast as of right now. And it will be that favored corridor that may even include parts of Nicholas County into Bourbon County, where we have to also keep an eye out for the possibility for some high water issues. Then look what is lurking to the north of Louisville. That's a very healthy complex of thunderstorms diving toward the southeast. That is ahead of a strong cold front that will make its way into town a little later on tonight. So guys, clusters of thunderstorms putting down a lot of heavy rain and a lot of lightning. We'll track the local high water issues when I come back in a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. It was a bizarre accident in western Kentucky. Police in Trigg County say a woman died after her car was swept away by flooding and then swallowed by a sinkhole. Her body was recovered several hours later. WKYT's Jennifer Palumbo is at the live desk with more on what happened. Jennifer?
Amber, investigators say Nancy Hyde Fox was driving in Cadiz about 8 last night when flash flooding washed away a road and her car, and that caused this massive sinkhole. The Trigg County rescue team found her car submerged and upside down less than a mile away from where it was washed away. Officials say the 61-year-old woman had been visiting her brother for his birthday and was just a few miles from her home.
It's just sad for her and the family, and it just blows my mind that they have to go through something like this.
It's estimated the sinkhole on Black Hawk Road is 60 feet wide and 20 feet deep. Another sad twist to this story is that Nancy Hyde Fox's son is Trigg County Rescue Squad Chief Barry Fox. He led the overnight search that found his mother's body. At the live desk, Jennifer Palumbo, WKYT.
Jennifer, thank you. That road remains closed and engineers are back at the sinkhole assessing the damage.
The search continues for a Bardstown mother who has been missing for nearly a month. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Nelson County. Louisville police and dive teams were back out at Melody Lake looking for Crystal Rogers. Officers say they spent about 4 hours searching but did not find anything. Rogers was last seen on July 3rd. Her car was found on the Bluegrass Parkway with her keys and purse inside. And in Bullitt County, police arrested a man they say shot down a drone. Police say that William Meredith told them he shot the drone down because it was flying over his house. The drone's owner claims he was trying to get pictures of a friend's house. A Louisville television station reports Meredith is charged with criminal mischief and wanton endangerment.
It is an event that has helped a southern Kentucky community deal with a tragedy. Saturday will mark the 4th Run with All Your Heart event in memory of Sarah Hart. Hart was murdered while out for an early morning run in Russell County 3 years ago. And tonight, Phil Pendleton is talking to Hart's father, who says he is overwhelmed by the love and support his family has received all these years. It's a story that's new at 5:30.
Hundreds of T-shirts are being printed up, and the end result will be a sea of green and purple on Russell Springs streets Saturday morning.
You know, we just want to make sure everybody that races has a T-shirt.
It's not just any race. It's a run born out of a tragedy.
They still remember her and the good she did, the hard worker she was, the wonderful mother she was.
Sarah Roberts Hart was murdered during an early morning jog on June 14, 2012. Hart was a pharmacist in Rockcastle County. Her family decided to start an annual event to help others seeking the same career path she did.
I think we gave away somewhere in excess of $27,000 to students this year.
Robert says it's been difficult for him to talk about that terrible day 3 years ago.
I now have reached a point where I'll talk to anybody about Sarah because I loved her so much.
The community has shown their love for her as well, as thousands have flooded the town and the streets for the annual run since her death.
You know, it's a tribute when people ask about her now, knowing that, hey, she's still remembered.
The run and walk will begin about 8:30 Central Time Saturday morning near Russell County High School. In Russell County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And if you would like to find out more about Run with All Your Heart, just go to WKYT.com for more information.
He promised them jobs, but instead he used them to steal more than $100,000. It's the case of an insurance agent turned con man. Imagine this scenario. After months of looking for a job online, you find an opportunity to be trained to sell life insurance.
He posted this job opening, and a lot of people applied. This was back when the economy was not good, so he had a lot of applicants.
He is William Wagner, a former Colonial life insurance agent who knew the business, specifically the bonus system.
If you sell 3 group life insurances for a business, you got a T90 bonus, which was like $2,500.
Wagner reached out to applicants and had them fill out paperwork with all of their personal information.
He would call these applicants in, tell them you're going to get hired, you know, get your insurance license, you're going to be selling life insurance.
He promised they would be trained and they would soon be on the path to selling life insurance. And one more thing.
You're going to sign up for free life insurance for 90 days. You get free life insurance for 90 until I find you a job.
There were 154 victims and over $160,000 in losses to Colonial Life Insurance. Bonuses paid to Wagner that he didn't deserve.
It's kind of a sad story that a lot of these people, some of the victims we talked to, had been out of work for months and months, thinking they were going to get a job, and Mr. Wagner never got them a job.
Plus, all of these job applicants now had their personal information in the hands of scam artists. Bottom line, always protect your personal information.
Red flag should have came up when you didn't get a job, you didn't get a job.
William Cassidy Wagner was sentenced to 14 months in order to pay $160,000 in restitution.